So, our topic for today is all about ethics. So, our learning objectives is first is the identify the aspects of fairness and assessment, since fairness is an ethical value. Then the second one is the draw a situation in a classroom setting that shows ethical value of a teacher. And the last one is the appreciate the importance of ethics in assessment through an essay. What is ethics? Ethics is are a system of moral principle or rules that say what is and is not acceptable. So, ang ethics diya is moral principle of or rules that say what is and is not acceptable. For example, here in the Philippines, ang marijuana is illegal. If we use marijuana, maunsa man ta? 'Di ba ma-punishan ta, ma-priso pa ta. But in other country, ang marijuana is legal dito sa ilaha. Kay nganong legal is ang marijuana is kuan ilahang use medicine. And another example of kanang kuan is kanang cannibalism. In other country, ang cannibalism is okay nila, kanang mukaon og tao. But diri sa Pilipinas, ang pagkaon og tao is mali. Makasa tana di man na pwede diri sa atua. So that's what is and is not acceptable. Often, a person's ethics are based on the rules of their society, such as laws or religious teachings. For example, a society ethics might say that is wrong to steal from someone else. So, ang ethics is based on the rules of the society, such as laws or religious or teaching. So, kani in society is ang pagpangawat is mali. Kay bawa na tana, kay nana na sa rules na ang pagpangawat is mali. Sa laws, such as laws is, ang example ana is kaning pagpatay og tao. 'Di ba? Kung mapatay ta og tao is sala nang makapatay ta og tao, mapriso ta og makapatay tag tao. In religious teaching sa religion, tudluan ta na if makapatay ta og tao is ma-imperno ta. You may have your own ethics that are different from the society or community you live in. For example, you may move from a country where owning a gun is legal to where it is not. In this case, your personal ethics, your belief that owning a gun is okay, may contradict the ethics of the country you now live in. So, example kanang makadepende na society if unsay ilahang patakaran sa ilaha katong diri for example Philippines, having a gun is legal, makadatag kintay pusil makadata. But if atuan ang dado ng atuang yan ng magdadatag armas through in country that kanang di illegal ang pagdala og pusil is makuanta nila panisyan ta ditong dapita. Kay your belief that owning a gun is okay, imuhang pagtuo na kay diri sa Philippines kintay diri illegal ang paggap. If move ka from another country is magdakag armas dito is kontrahon ka sa ilang government na mapriso pa ka. In philosophy, the word ethics is used to mean the study of what makes a person decide what is right and wrong. Philosophers often use the word morality to mean the same thing. Philosophers often use the word morality to mean the same thing. Ang philosopher is, naingon sila na ang morality and ethics are the same. But nana siya kadakong kalahian. Unsa ang kalahian? For example, kay ang base man na sa rules ang atong ethics, and ang morality is based na imong personal belief unsay para nimo, sakto ba na or dili. For example, kanang kato pagpangawat, if sa ethics ang pagpangawat nakahibaw ka na sa rules na ang pagpangawat is mali ang pagpangawat, mapriso ka ug mangawat ka, mo na imuhang kuan sa imong ethics. So sa morality, makain ka ang pagpangawat, mangawat ko, siguro okay ra kung mangawat kay gamay o kintay gamay ra hong kawaton, okay ra. But nga na sa morality is personal belief kung unsa nimo ang okay ug dili. Assessment is used to form judgment on the nature, score, and extent of students' learning. So, ang ethics sa assessment is makatabang na kay if to form judgment on the nature, score, and extent of students' learning. So, if ang score sa bata is 20/25, kanang score is dako na score, makaingon ka sa imong students na kaning bata is kamao, nagtuon siya kay nakakuha siya og dako nga score. If kanang ang bata is kanang maka-score og 5/25, maka-judge ta na kaning bata is wala nagtuon or wala kasabot sa topic na imuhang gihatag. For summative purposes, assessment is used for grading, placement, or admission. For formative purposes, it drives instruction. If students' assessment scores are used to other purposes different from what was intended, that there is an ethical issue. So, anha nimo makaingnon na ang bata is kamao. For example, sa role play, if ang ilahang role play is organized kayo, makaingon ka na dako ni na hatag nga score kay ang ilahang score is organized. If ang students is ang ilahang role play is kanang gubot bitaw, makaingon ta na kaning grupuha is wala nagtuon sa ilahang ipang kuan para manindot ang ilahang role play. There is an ethical issue. Teacher assessment have important long-term and short-term consequences for student. Thus, teacher have an ethical responsibility to make decision using the most valid and reliable. So, unsa man ka important, teachers assessment have important long-term. Unsa man ang ihang long-term ani? For example, ang students is magtuon sa teaching. Agkana nagtuon siya is ang isang long-term ana is magamit niya ang ihang gituon sa teaching as a future teacher, kay mo abot sa panahon nga mahimo na sila na teacher. So, important in long-term. And in short-term, if ang students is nakaigihatag na topic, so mag-quiz ka, nagtuon sila, pagtuon nila, nag-exam nimo, dako sila og score. Ilahang short term for that is nakakuha sila og score because nagtuon sila. Nakakuha sila kay nagtuon sila. So, make decision using the most valid and reliable. So, ang imuhang as a teacher, nakay responsibility nga maggama og decision na ang imuhang ihatag na instruction nila is valid and reliable.
Other aspects of fairness include Student knowledge of learning targets and assessment. Second, opportunity to learn. Third, prerequisite knowledge and skill. Fourth, avoiding student stereotyping. Fifth, avoiding bias in assessment tasks and procedures. And lastly, accommodating special needs. Student knowledge of learning targets and assessment. This type of aspect of fairness speaks of transparency. It is defined as disclosure of information to students about assessment. For example, after the discussion, students are informed to study about a given topic by the teacher because they have a short quiz about the topic. Opportunity to learn. Macmillan 2007 asserted that fair assessment are aligned with instruction that provides adequate time and opportunities for all students to learn. Every students are given fair assessment which help them to learn through the opportunities the teacher give. Prerequisite knowledge and skills. It is important for the student to possess some background knowledge and skill in order to perform the assessment properly. And to be fair, the teacher must identify what requisite skills and knowledge of his or her students in order to perform the assessment properly.
Avoid student stereotyping. A stereotype is a generalization of a group of people based on inconclusive observations of small people of this group. So, atong i-avoid na ang atong pagtanaw sa atong students are like girls and boys na para nato as a teacher is mas kamao ang girls sa sa at language than boys na para nato mas kamao if they have a kanang pagamon sila og essay is inag check nato sa activity nga essay sa girls is if para nato is kamao ang girls so atong hatagan og dako nga score or perfect score and sa boys is gamay ra atong ihatag kay para nato mas lamang man ang girls. So dapat i-avoid nato ang stereotyping kay for example teacher should avoid terms and example that may be offensive to students of different gender, race, religion, culture, or nationality. So, for example is nag nag-role play. Dapat as a teacher atong huna-hunaon nga di ma-offend ang other religion or culture. For example, nag-role play ka sa imong student is na mga kitay Muslim, Christians, or other religion na nasa ato ang kuan. So, i-role play dapat kung mag-role play ka dapat wala to na mga kalihukan na mag kitay patay og baboy or magkaon og baboy is maka kuan na sa sa student na for Muslim. So, stereotypes can affect students' performance in examination. So, dapat digit na to i para na to hatagan og mas para nato na mas kamao na ang isa ka tawo kontraan anang isa ka student kay maka-apekto man na sa ilahang nahuna na okay ni ni sir kuan man ni kana maski kung saan kalami atong ginama is para ni sa is mas kamao pa to mas gamay pa jud grado aton mas naka-advantage dapat as a teacher is kana fair ta. Next is avoiding bias in assessment, task, and procedures. Assessment must be free from bias. So, ang assessment is dapat free from bias for example is or di ka magtanaw or magmatter sa apelyido sa paghatag nimo grado. For example, si Mr. Logronio para nimo, nindot iyahang pangan og apelyido. So hindi na nimo i-check, largo nakahatag og ng score. If nakintay atong largo nakahatag niya og perfect score or good grade, so ang katong kintay na maot nga pangan or apelyido is hatagan nimo og low score, low grade. So di na to na bias ka. So dapat di ta puaboy tag bias in assessment task and procedure. Fairness demands that all learners are given equal chances to do well and get a good assessment. So dapat igrupo nimo og tarong, di kay ang magama ta og groupings na ay quiz or mga gamunon sa eskwelahan. Dapat igrupo na to og tarong, di kay igrupo na to ang mga na sa eskwelahan naman dunay mga kamao, mga average, mga napoy di kamao. So dapat di na to igrupo na to sa tarong, which is igrupo na to nga di tanang kamao iisa ra sa group, di tanang di kamao iisa ra sa group. Dapat pantay sila ba, nay kamao, nay sakto-sakto ra or napoy di. Dapat igrupo na to sila tarong. Teachers should not be affected by factors that are not part of the assessment criteria. So as a teacher is dapat ihatag ang rubrics or criteria daan para di bias inag-score, di kay largo-largo ra ka mo score, di ba? Di kay largo ra ka score. Dapat hatagan mo sila og rubrics or criteria para makaibaw sila if unsa man ang mga criteria or kanang sa for example sa essay, dapat na ay language kanang sakto o grammar, dapat naman sila sundon. So makaibaw na sila ato if gamay sila grado is makaibaw sila na okay, gamay ko grado kay basin o dito kayo kuan hong grammar. So dapat ihatag ang rubrics ang criteria daan para di bias in score. So next is accommodating special needs. Teachers need to be sensitive to the needs of students. So as a teacher, need na to be sensitive to the needs of students. Dapat ato silang hatagan og maka-learn sila kanang nabitaw tay mga students na di kayo fast learner. So dapat ato silang hatag og chance na maka-learn sila, makasabot sila sa imuhang topic. Accommodation does not mean giving advantage disabilities, but allowing administrator without hindrance from their disability. So maulay to is dapat di nato sila dapat demonstrate nato sila og tarong para matabangan nato ang mga slow learner para maka-learn sila sa ato ang ihatag na topic. So that's all for this discussion, ma'am. Thank you so much and thank you for listening.